Hey guys, welcome back to the Sphere. Nevyka here today, and I'm going to do a full review of Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus for the PlayStation 4. I finally finished the game yesterday with a Platinum trophy, and now I'm incredibly excited to update my first impression review to a full game review, since a lot of my opinions on the game have changed drastically. Let's begin with the first thing we notice: graphics. As I stated in my first impression video, I love the graphics. They have an anime-ish feel to them and are very similar to Trails of Cold Steel. But as I progressed through the game, I would often just stop and pan the camera around to take in the beautiful scenery, especially the dungeons. At first I thought the dungeons were going to be basic, but as you continue forward, they become more beautifully complex. The colors alone keep me entranced even as I'm in the middle of a hectic battle. The cutscenes are very well edited and left me with a smile as I was watching them. The monsters of the game, greeds they're called, are so well designed. Some are simple yet effective, and others have these details that make your jaw drop. I looked forward to every new dungeon, as well as every new part of the city I was going to get to goggle at next. Gameplay and controls. So wow, at first I wasn't sure if I was going to like the gameplay since it was an action RPG, but by the end of the game, the controls came to me so naturally and fluidly that I felt like a pro. The controls are splendid and easy to learn. Even during your time in the city playing mini games like the skateboarding game, the controls were very well grounded. When it comes to battles, you have to be swift and react quickly with almost every fight in the game, including regular dungeon enemies. It's during the boss fights where you really have to concentrate as much as you can and not lose sight of the enemy's movements. I know I had to make sure I had my phone on silent for no interruptions the last hour of my game for that Platinum trophy. Keeping an eye on your team's HP, switching between characters, setting up your teams to benefit from each other's strengths and weaknesses, weapon elements, physical and magic properties, collecting points for EX strikes, X strikes, and X drive are just some of the things you have to look forward to when you're in a dungeon while numerous enemies are coming at you at once. It can get pretty crazy, but it's so satisfying after you're the last one standing. Sound. I remember in my first impression video that I didn't think the music in this game was going to be very memorable. Well, that completely changed as I played through the game. Some songs were straight out of a rock album, and others were just so angelic. It completes the dungeons in a way I never noticed in the first dungeon or two. They pump you up and keep you focused on the fight, while other songs like the ones in the city keep you relaxed and make you actually feel like you're there with Ko and his friends. I never got tired of the music, never felt the need to mute it. I applaud the composers, Hayato Sonoda and Takahiro Unisuga, for their stunning contribution to this game. I would also like to applaud all the voice actors. There is only Japanese audio, which I am perfectly fine with, but I was just so blown away at how much passion the voice actors put into their roles and script. In every single sigh, giggle, and yell, I felt their characters' emotions through their amazing work. As far as the story goes, it does start a little slow, but that's how it usually is with games that have a big cast of characters. It's your typical high school kids fighting evil kind of plot. But there are some twists and turns I had never seen before in my JRPG career or what have you. As far as the characters go, they are a delight to be among. They all have their own agendas, profiles, and battle types. I don't recall any character ever being annoying or overbearing. I quite enjoyed them all in their own diverse way. They all have backstories that are quite touching and relatable. What I really like is that the game in a way forces you to use every character in dungeons if you want fluid battles. I didn't mind this at all since each character has their own strengths and weaknesses that were fun to interact with. And of course, there are many side quests you can do. Hidden ones too. Some are just fetching things, but there are also some that give you the pleasure of going back into the dungeons for whatever reason. Not to mention, even the NPCs have little stories you have to collect as friend notes. They're also interesting if you really want to delve into Xanadu's world. Plus, you get friend episodes that let you bond with your classmates in ways you wouldn't otherwise. I chuckled, held back tears, and smiled through and through with these bonding episodes. Even getting voicemails from them was always a delight. Even though this game resembles Trails of Cold Steel just a bit, everything from the story to each of the characters' personalities is very different, which makes the game all its own. The story all the way through to the end was an absolute joy that I will not forget. Overall, I didn't expect to have as much fun as I actually did, which is my favorite kind of game. The ones that give me doubt and knock me upside the head for judging in a biased manner in the first place. I had so much fun that I just decided to go for a second playthrough for the platinum. The battles will be what I miss the most, but joking with my classmates will be what I remember the most. This game even leads me to believe that there will be a second installment, which I really hope is true and I'm really looking forward to. Okay, so as for the final score, I give Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus an 8 out of 10. I recommend it for anyone that enjoys very in-depth JRPGs, especially Falcom games. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more reviews of all old and new. Janet!